YouTube Alpha, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a more or less exciting episode where it was me rambling on about something. I think it was last episode was life update, and yeah, like always, we left off back in this spot, heading towards the sun. And I don't know, I think I'm just gonna use this as a quick little talkative experience to give you guys some quick updates. This isn't new, but before I continue, let me brief you guys on something. This is not a news channel, don't get it twisted. I'm not doing the news. I really don't want to do it, but I don't know, I just thought it would be something cool to share, because I don't know, I find it kind of cool. Yeah, sure, I thought you guys would find it kind of cool, and I thought we could be cool together, you know, like cool bros. But what are these cool news? I mean, you can probably already tell from the title, which I did put in there. I remind myself to do so. OG Car Champs 2018, and my horse here, my trusty D horse. Oh wow, you got absolutely garbage. You know what? We're gonna leave this horse here. He's not really that helpful, as you can see. Not helpful whatsoever, so we're gonna leave him here because he doesn't seem to be any help whatsoever. But we're gonna leave him with something, a little gift. Oh, what? There we go. We got it. We gave him the perfect gift, and we gave him perfect everything. So yeah, OG, otherwise known as Optic Gaming. I know some of you guys saying I never heard about them. If you have never heard about Optic Gaming, I don't blame you. You know, it's called the world of esports, and it's, I won't say it's unknown, but at the same time, it's like a very small community. It's, I think, I mean, compared to the world, you know, there are like 7.4 billion people in the world, and I think only probably 1 million people know them at best, which is still a lot of people. But you know, when you compare it to 7.4 billion people, that's less than 1%. That's like 0.0, let me see if I can do the math. 0.00070, so 0.00001% of the population actually knows who Optic Gaming is. So yeah, okay, we know that much. You know, we know that there are not that many people. You guys get the point. Not many people know about who they are. But the fact that many people did not know who they are, and the very people who do know who they are, know one very important thing. I think around 60% of the fan base knows this moment that has occurred. Oh well, it should be, yeah, at least 60% of the fan base knows about this moment. You know, I wish 100% of the 100% of the fan base knew about this. This event called COD Champs 2018. COD Champs 2018. It's like the Super Bowl of Call of Duty. And I know you guys are asking yourself, the Super Bowl of Call of Duty, what could that mean? You know how the World Cup has the, yeah, you know how FIFA has the World Cups, football has the World Cup, and American football has the Super Bowl. Well, Call of Duty has COD Championship Tournament, and it's held at the end of every tournament year, usually MLG, which is the people who organize the tournament, are the ones who pick the date and set the brackets and all that good stuff. And 2018 COD Champs, if you look at it, for Optic Gaming, was their worst placing since Modern Warfare 2. I think it's the worst placing at any COD Champs ever, and it's their worst entire. So there are like many tournaments going on, and the tournaments go on in this entire year, and usually Optic wins at least one tournament. They always win at least just one tournament, but this year they didn't even win one. So I think it hasn't occurred since 2011. Correct me if I'm wrong. Since 2011, they haven't won a complete world tournament. So yeah, that's kind of bad. If you guys didn't know that, that's kind of really bad. But hey, you know, that's them. You know, at the end of the day, that's how the tournament is. Now, for the first start off, I'm just gonna give you the unbiased version of how it is that this is such an interesting story. Is that what makes it so interesting is the fact that they have never won a tournament ever is incredible. That is just amazing that they never ever won a tournament. I'll give you an example. The guy who's in the team, his name, one of the members called Crim6. Other one is known as Ian Porter. And guess what he's famous for? Winning tournaments. Obviously, he won the most tournaments out of, I believe, any esports player. I may be wrong. I think he won the most out of any esports player. He hasn't won the most money, but he has won the most trophies. So don't get that mixed up, because there are Dota players that won insane amounts, mostly because of the TI witches. I don't think I want to make another whole section about TI. That'd be a little bit too embarrassing for me. But yeah, Crim6 has won so many tournaments. It's insane how many tournaments this kid has won. I tell you, it's insane. And you know, it won't be justice. His average placing, I think, was second place. So that means there's a point in his timeline where any tournament that he entered, he was at least guaranteed top 2. He averaged at least top 2. Better said. You know, so think about it. Going into a tournament and your average placing is top 2. That's insane. Sorry, something looked like it was poking out. I'm like, what was that? That's insane. That's insane placing. Look, I don't know too much. I think I know a decent amount of Call of Duty and Call of Duty tournaments, but I don't know too much. I like looking at the stats, I like looking at the numbers, so I'm just the giant nerds you see on there who do all the statistics. You know, I'm the guy who likes the numbers. Mostly because I cannot play Call of Duty. Mostly because I'm not the most athletic person. But I just like the numbers. I do agree, and I think anyone can really understand if they really wanted to. And seeing the average placing go all the way to top 2, and seeing that their average placing, I think now in this Call of Duty tournament is, I think, top, I can't remember what is it, but it wasn't a good year for their tournament. I think their average placing was wow, I think we're actually lost. Was probably top 16, somewhere around that. So yeah, you guys kind of get the idea that yeah, it's been kind of difficult for them. So I'm still a little bit mind blown as to how that has even happened. You know, how a team so competitive able to lose like that. Their average placing has been insane. They've been an incredible team, but just had such bad talent. Mostly because they made a couple of I'd say they're very dumb moves. But a lot of people tend to disagree with that. And you can disagree with it. I have no problem with it. You disagreeing at all. But you know, let me start it off. Let me make this simple. During the tournament, they actually had beginning tournament. The roster consisted of Formal, Karma, Scump, and Krim. Those were the four inside the tournament. Halfway through the tournament, they decided to kick somebody out because they weren't placing that well. I think the average placing was top 4, and they were like, oh, we can do much better if we kick somebody out. And guess what? They did kick somebody out. That person to go was Karma. And mostly, I guess people say the reason they got kicked out, the explanation was because A, he wasn't really performing that well, his KD was low, and obviously you don't know what KD. I'm gonna ask you to Google that because YouTube doesn't like that. Yeah, YouTube censored me. Yeah, and I'm like, wow, that is such lame. You know, he kicked out a really good player without really knowing his actual true potential and why he's such an important player, you know. Mostly people go around saying, you know, I think the team actually knows what they're doing because they're the ones that are actually in it, and blah 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 and all that good stuff, right? I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm just saying that might not be correct, you know. I'm just saying that, hey, you know, probably the reason that their KD might have been so low might probably have been the fact that you know, maybe, just maybe, they're oh sorry, so I get so distracted here. So maybe the probably KD was so slow was because they blamed it all on Karma. You know, Karma was the reason why the KD was slow and all this other stuff. Oh, there goes our home. And blah 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 blah, right? For me, I look at it, I'm like, well, you guys do know why Karma's KD was so slow, right? It wasn't because he wasn't the best player around, but because he was the one who was making the most strategical plays. You know, he had to get the information, so his KD had to suffer because of it. You guys do know that, right? Like, I mean, I get the pros and all this stuff, but I'm like, you know, and then out of nowhere, you guys gotta understand, this top 4 players, Scum, Formal, Krim, and Carmo, what made them so great was the fact that they were performing amazing at the tournaments. You know, they were, before Call of Duty World War II 2018 came out, they were performing really, really good in Advanced Warfare. Matter of fact, they actually won last year's championship with that team. But something about the game changing, the meta changing, Call of Duty changing, cost them and not placing top, not getting first place, you know, because they really wanted top to be first place, but you know, them not placing the way they wanted caused them to get roster changes. And for me, that was like, you guys do know. And I'm like, dropping Karma, because the first idea was to just was to just trade Formal because Formal didn't want to play with any of them, and he was okay with changing. And he was like, "Hey, I got a team lined up. Let me hook up with them, and probably will be way better than this team." And well, guess what? It didn't work out for him. Well, speaking right now, it didn't work out for him, but more than likely, he's not winning champs. I already know that for sure. But yeah, it didn't work out for him at all. He wasn't the best player. At the same time, he wasn't the worst. But it just didn't work out for him. And it is what it is at the end of the day, And yeah, what can you do? It is what it is. And yeah, that was the end of that. Shenanigans. They dropped Karma, they dropped Formal, and in the you get a really bad team. You get Methods and Octane, which, don't get me wrong, they're really good players individually, but they are really bad players when it comes to playing as a team. Really bad when it comes to playing as a team. And I mean, there, what can you do, It is what it is. And, well, leaving that at that. Yeah, it was insane. It was insane. A lot of players didn't really understand that the way the Karma play wasn't about, oh, I need to get this KD, I need to get the best KD. No, his job was to do the dirty job, and that was to get as much information as possible. That was his job. Not only that, but his job was also to feed the sub players. I mean, that's what he was there for. He was there to redirect the players. He sacrificed his own. He was the one who did all the baiting, who was like, hey, I'm gonna get this player to follow me, and he's gonna destroy me, so you can destroy him, and that way, we win the tournament, and I get information as to who's next and all this stuff. But in the day, I understand that my KD is gonna suffer, and I'm gonna be a pretty bad player, and all this other stuff, and hopefully you guys can take care of me, and because I trust you. And guess what? Apparently they didn't trust him, and well, it just ended well for him. Let's just leave it at that. That is what it is. At the end of the day, he got the worst position ever. But it was only him who could do it. Now you replace him with a player like Methods. Methods was his replacement, and he got good KD and all that other good stuff, but it didn't even matter because he wasn't doing the same thing Karma was doing. And the thing is, you have to do the same things Karma is doing because that's the type of play style that Scump has. He needs somebody to feed him all that stuff. I mean, as much as you hate to hear it, that's basically it. He has to have somebody feed him the KDs. I mean, it is what it is. At the end of the day, you can't really fight it. You can't really do too much about it. What can you do? And and I just want to leave it at that. I think Karma is probably the best player that this game has ever seen, especially Nate. A lot of people don't give enough credit to Nate. He was a pretty good player, and because of that, because Metis couldn't feed Scump the players, couldn't make the right strat calls, and he probably didn't even get along with the players, more than likely. They ended up losing the tournament. Did they deserve it? I don't think so. I mean, they placed top 24, so I don't know if that's really an option whether they served it or not. They just got creamed on really bad. Alright guys, I think that about does it. I think I've been rambling long enough about this. But yeah, thanks a lot for watching. This has been your boy Uno. I hope you guys enjoyed it, even if it was a tad bit. It was kind of rambling a little bit, but I wanted to let you guys know my opinion on Optic Gaming 2018 COD Champs. It wasn't too much. I mean, they lost pretty badly. And they only played like 3 games, so there's not really too much to speak on it because obviously they lost so badly. And yeah, you know, that does it for me. Thanks for watching. This has been your boy Uno. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. If you're subscribed, I do appreciate that. You can always take it one step further by hitting that notification bell. Ladies and gentlemen, that does it. Hit that bell icon for me, and I will greatly appreciate that, because you know that is just what I do. I appreciate everything you do for me. But seriously though, thanks a lot for watching. Your boy Uno. Catch you guys next time. Same channel, same episode, same yeah, same time, same channel, same episode, same everything. Yep. And catch you on the bright side. In order to catch you on the bright side, you need to hit that bell though. That's for sure. Seriously though, if you do appreciate it, that's or this or that or this, hit that bell icon for me. You'd be so kind to do so, kind sir. Would you be so kind to hit that bell? Catch you next time. Brr.